G'day friends, welcome to today's YouTube video. My name is James, welcome back to my channel, welcome if you're new. Today is a page in 10, we have 10 minutes to spend together, and today I'm going to be drawing a mermaid because of course I am. I'm actually going to try and do 2 in this one video, we'll see how far along we get. Don't stress too much, if you can draw a teardrop shape and you can draw a triangle and a diamond, you are going to do perfectly fine in this, but I'm going to kind of speed through it so we can kind of get 2 done. If it looks like we're only going to get 1 done, I'll make it another video and we'll revisit it. But I want to do kind of contrasting. I want to do a really soft rounded mermaid and then a really sharp angular mermaid. We're going to start with the angular one because I think it'll make more sense. And yeah, we're going to draw one on each side of the page. So if you've got 2 blank pages in your journal, this is great for that. Let's get the timer on and don't stress. All right, we're going to start with actually a J. I'm going to put a J on this side. No, I'm lying. I'm going to put a J on this side. Don't worry, they can both be J. At the top of the J, I'm going to put a teardrop with the point facing down, as if the teardrop is upside down. And then I'm going to put a little stick just underneath that, and that's going to be our neck. Now, this is going to be the angular mermaid, and this is all about diamonds. So I'm going to do kind of a flat triangle right out from that neck. Looks like a peace sign if we had the circle around it. And then see this J? This is where we're kind of flowing the body through. So we don't need to try and figure out where it's going to end up. We need to finish that diamond off around wherever that J line goes. And we're going to keep that mermaid tail going, flowing through that. It's kind of like our direction line, like our movement line. Now we've got a little diamond or a kite shape. You'll recognize this from the swatch dolls if you've ever done one of those tutorials before. But for this tail, we're just going to make 2 separate diamonds. I wouldn't typically do a mermaid tail like this, but for this, we're going to do it. You can also think of these as they come down, these 2 lines kind of crossing over each other and making the start of the next diamond. Now, how wide you go is going to be how wide the mermaid's hips are. So I like mine to be pretty wide. And then we're going to close that diamond off again wherever that J line goes. You can kind of curve those lines in if you want, but just keep everything really sharp and angular for this one. We're going to make this one really soft and circular. And then another diamond kind of off to the side. You can have it wherever you want to go. You can have it go straight down. It really doesn't matter. But this is going to be the rest of the tail. And then the little, what do you call that? The flapper, the fin, the fluke? I'm not quite sure. It's going to be a triangle with a V cut out of it. See how it's all very, very angular. Just really like that. Inside this top torso kite diamond, we're going to do a V shape for her little seashell bra. And I'm going to do 3 little triangles on top, kind of like a W. And for her arms, we're going to start at the edge of this diamond and bring a really slim triangle down, and then a really slim diamond at the end of that. That part here kind of mimics this part of your forearm. See how it kind of pops out like that? Sorry, that's a really close view of my forearm there. We're going to do another long, skinny triangle, and then a long, skinny diamond. And just pop a few scribbles at the end and a smaller scribble for a thumb. That way we can have her nice, delicate little princessy hands. For the most part, the body is all done, but I'm going to put a detail on the tail. And for the scales, we're going angular as well. So a nice zigzag pattern shape. And I'm not going to do all the scales because that would take us a little bit longer than 10 minutes. So a few is enough. And we're going to do the face. I'm going to start with 2 flat lines about where the eyes would be. I'm going to make these pretty exaggerated eyes. And a slightly rounded triangle underneath. I'm going to split that in half and color in the same half on each side. That way she's kind of looking off to the side. And then a whole row of little stick lashes underneath the eyes this time. These are very dramatic, sad-looking mermaids. And then she's going to have a little bit more of a rounded triangle mouth and color the whole thing in. And I don't really give these noses, so we can kind of opt out for that. Just got a very simple kind of 3 triangle face going on. And then split with a triangle the top of the forehead in half. Those are going to be her bangs, or her middle part. And we're going to give her what would, if we took the whole thing away, you'd kind of see a triangle jut out from her head. So I kind of start just above the eyes, 2 long straight lines, and then you just want to run everything behind what we've already drawn. If you want to be a little bit fancy, you can draw a little swirl on the side and then just connect it with some straighter lines. So it's not actually a curve, but they're all straight lines that zigzag into a curlicue. Sometimes I'll bring this in a little closer so it looks like the hair's kind of floated away. But that is optional. And then that is everything. I'm going to use the rubber on this so I can get rid of that little bit. We're going to do her sister. Let's have her sister face this way, and this one's going to be the rounded version. She still gets a teardrop head, so we're going to do that facing this way. And she still gets the same neck, but everything we did before, where there was a diamond, we're going to change that for a teardrop. So you can see this point. Actually, I'm going to have this J go this way so they can kind of face each other. She has an upside down teardrop body. She's got an upside down teardrop kind of hip area, and another upside down teardrop into the fluke. And where we did this really sharp before, we're going to round it off, and you'll see it becomes a love heart. This is what I like about illustration and changing one thing. You can get a completely different result just by changing like one aspect, one detail. So instead of everything being angular, we're just rounding it off, becomes a completely different look. And the rules are already there. So we had the W up here. Instead of those sharp peaks, we're going to have the soft peaks. So they become the seashell bra, but the rounded version. Instead of having these really zigzag lines, we change them to what is more traditionally the scalloped shape that we would see, the rounded version. And so these live in the same family, but they obviously look different. I'm going to put really long teardrops coming out from the torso for her arms. But I'm still going to scribble those little hands in because we don't have time for hands. We've got 3 minutes left. Her face is going to be pretty similar, but I'm giving her more of the rounded version. So we've still got those 2 straight lines at the top, but these are going to be more of an upside down rainbow or smile shape than so triangular. And we'll color in half the eye, looking over to her, and give her her lashes, because we always add lashes. A soft rounded shape for her mouth rather than that peaked triangular shape. She still looks kind of sad. These are very sad sisters. I don't know what their story is, but they're really over it. Very unbothered. And then rounded on that head for the hairline. The same deal with this triangle, but we'll round off the edges, and then instead of making this a really sharp zigzag curlicue, we can keep it rounded because she is the soft round version. They kind of remind me of fraternal twins. You know, they're very similar, but they're very different. And this is possibly my brother and me. I couldn't tell you which one would be my brother and which one would be me. Maybe this one, because he was always tall and skinny and I was always short and fat. But I'm also not short and I wasn't really that fat. But compared to my brother, I did look huge. So maybe this would be Caleb and this would be me. But that's it. Those are our mermaid sisters. I'm glad we got both of those done. I might quickly give them a paint. Do not stress if you haven't finished. The page in 10 is meant to get you going. You don't have to finish. It's not a rule. But if you want to give it a quick little paint, I'm just going to add some colors and see what I can get done in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Probably not a lot, but we're here and I don't want to waste what precious time we have journaling. It's not a lot of time that I get to journal at this present moment in my life, but all for good reason, so I'm not complaining about it. I always default to Ariel, red hair, green tail, purple clamshell bra, or the Neverland Mermaids, because those are my favorite characters and my favorite scene in Disney movie. I might just get this one done because I've got 29 seconds left. Oh, I wonder if I can. Now I'm feeling ambitious. That's the great thing about watercolor. It's a very quick medium if you're a little time poor. Not that I am, I actually do have some time today, but that's not the point of these videos. Of course I have time today. Okay, that's crazy. Put my little finishing touch on here. And they're both finished. This has been another page in 10 video. I hope you enjoyed this. There are tons more. If you haven't done the other ones, please go and check them out. They're all varying degrees of difficulty. And by difficult, I mean absolutely not at all. They're all very manageable lessons, but some require a little bit more drawing. Some are a little bit more painterly and fun and mixed media and just stupid. But I just want to spend 10 minutes with you and hopefully get in your journals and be a bit creative today. And if you did that, congratulations. And if you just watched along, congratulations to you as well. And if you didn't do anything, have a great time doing that too. Just enjoy yourself. That's what it's all about, isn't it? All right, I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.